Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I've finally gone Stage 2+, so that means it's finally time that I can review the Stage 1+ tune. I needed some perspective, I needed the stock tune, and I needed something better to be able to give you guys the best information. So let's start her up. It's going to sound good. It's going to sound definitely louder than it has in the past. I don't like to scuff up my the area around my keys. So it's not a super cold start, but you can tell that it's a little bit louder as I need to speak up. Let me turn my air off so you guys can hear me. My TPMS is going to yell at me right now because I don't have TPMS sensors in the new wheels. So hopefully you guys can hear me the same. I might have to get a mic setup going instead of just the GoPro because the exhaust is getting louder and louder. And before we get started, guys, with this review, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. I make lots of WRX and automotive content. I'm also building the crap out of this car. I'm Stage 2+ now. I've got a Bren tune coming soon. And yeah, this car is gonna be super fun. So let's talk about the off-the-shelf Cobb Stage 1+ tune. Now, why am I Stage 1+? I'm gonna get driving here. Why am I Stage 1+? And that is because I have the Cobb intake. That is the big SF Plus intake. Now, many of you might ask, why is the Cobb intake so special, and why does that get you Stage 1+? Well, the Cobb intake is special for a couple reasons. It helps the car breathe a little bit more air comes in. Do I buy it? Maybe. The stock air intakes on these cars are really efficient. What it really does is it sounds freaking cool. You get a lot of blow-off noise. So, yeah, so I had to put that on. I mean, I knew that I wanted to do an intake because it does get you some power when tuned. That being said, I just went with the Cobb because it seemed to be the loudest with the best reviews, and that's 100% why. So I drove the Stage 1+ for about a month, probably about 500 miles. As this is my fun car. So yeah, I know a little bit about it. I can probably tell you a few things. My first take is it's definitely something you should do, whether it's the Stage 1 or the 1+. It solved a lot of problems with this car. The rev hang problem, out the door. The tune, the Stage 1 tune, Stage 1+, changes the car. It makes it a completely different car. The power is more linear, it's not as peaky. I did that, and I went from driving what I thought was a WRX to a completely different car, not even comparable. I totally regret not doing a Stage 1 tune the second I bought the car. So should you do it? Yes. You do need an access port, which can cost you a little bit of money, but without a doubt, I wish this was what I did day one. I mean, literally, if I had known it was gonna be that great, day one, I would have done it. So it's super sunny out right now, and I hate the glare, so I'm actually going to this pretty heavily wooded park in hopes that I'm gonna avoid the glare as I get hit by some right now. But I'm just gonna drive through this park for a while. I like to come here when there's like super deep snow and rip this car, but don't tell anyone. But the other great things about the tune is you do make more power. Oh, that was a huge hole. And you do make more power. The car is definitely quicker. I wouldn't say it's like, I can't speak about the 0 to 60, let's say. The stock tune is maybe like a 4 out of 10 in funness to drive, and the Stage 1+ tune, I'd say, is easily a 7 out of 10. I mean, it really changes the car. We're gonna just park here for a second because there's a lot of sun, and I'm about to film a video here. But Stage, it's definitely like a 7 out of 10 in funness to drive, just because you have a more linear power band, and you get the power more, you get to use the power a little bit more. I always found that these cars are hard to drive in city situations or just like suburban situations because you need to be at the top of the rev range to get your boost and to get your power. And it was hard to enjoy. Like I'd get to enjoy first and second gear and maybe second gear. But then when I got the Stage 1 tune, all of a sudden, I could feel a lot of power up until 4,000 RPM to when I was shifting my shift point, and I got to floor the car basically, or not floor it, but I got to take it to 4,000 or 5,000 RPM, get the same amount of rush in driving it, and honestly, like, I was able to do it through third gear. And that sounds silly, but if you've experienced that difference with another car, you know how important it really is. I do suggest getting this tune. Now that it compares to the Stage 2 tune, I think that once you get the tune, you might get a little tempted to make more power. And I say that, you know, it's expensive to tune these cars and expensive to get all the parts to tune them, but they're a lot of fun once you do it. I'm going to have many more videos coming out reviewing Stage 2, Stage 2 Plus. I've got a brand tune day set up, all these fun things. That being said, it's definitely not as fast as Stage 2. I mean, the real difference in this car is when you go from Stage 1 to Stage 2 and above. I mean, I must have gained, going to Stage 2, like 50 wheel horsepower. Something, I mean, a real difference. Because before, the car was like kind of quick, it was fun to drive, it was like kind of like a sporty car, and now I feel like I'm driving like a sports car. It's properly fast now. I mean, I'm not driving a race car, guys. I know people are gonna roast me in the comments, but I mean, it's a different car. I used to like have fun, and now when I floor it, I get kind of nervous, because you are like, wow, this thing is, I have to really pay attention to control it under full power. So if you're looking for that experience and you're looking for a fast car, you can buy a WRX, not spend $50,000 on a race car, or you know what I mean, something much more expensive and fast, and go to Stage 2, and it's not that expensive relatively. And my one last comment is, you know, the off-the-shelf tunes don't run that great on your car. I found that obviously a Pro Tune is going to be the best for your car because they're looking at your car specifically. But I always found that I was having some issues. I don't know if it was real knock. Probably wasn't real knock. I was probably just getting some noise. But my dam wasn't always one. The car just didn't seem to run perfectly. And it made me nervous because obviously what a tune is removing the factors of safety in the car. So that being said, I wouldn't try to put lots of miles on an off-the-shelf tune. I mean, I think that we can all, I'm just looking now, and I've got some feedback knock, but I haven't driven that far. It probably just some road noise, honestly. But when I started my car, my dam was like 0.875, which isn't great. It's not one. It's not terrible, but it's not great. And it kind of fluctuates and sometimes was doing that. So I wouldn't put a ton of miles on the off-the-shelf tunes. If you love the tunes, spend $400 or $500. You can do an e-tune, or spend $550 and take it to a dyno tuner in your local area. I suggest finding someone that does a lot of WRXs. That's why I'm going to Brand Tuning. That being said, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope I was helpful in some way. That being said, I'm sure you have lots of questions about the tune, about my car, about everything tuning related. Post them in the comment section below. I'm back on YouTube. I know it's been a while, but I'm going to get to all those comments, and I'll try to answer them as quickly as possible. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it.